Our top story this hour, a new look at the emotional impact on the millions of Americans who are out of work during the pandemic. Layoffs, pay cuts, and missed rent and mortgage payments, all part of a new reality families from coast to coast are facing every day.
And the financial toll of the pandemic is growing by the week. And we've learned nearly 1/3 of Americans say they are bracing for things to get even worse. The unemployment rate in the U.S. stands right now at 6.7%. That's down from a high of nearly 15% from back in April, but still more than 3% higher than the unemployment rate before the pandemic. A survey from the Commerce Department shows 30% of adults say their household is expected to lose income in the next 4 weeks.
Tonight, we look at the fallout surrounding what's been called the most magical place on earth, Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Employed 77,000 workers before the pandemic. The company has moved to slash a large portion of those jobs, leaving families with few options. NewsNation correspondent Brian Enton is live in Orlando tonight for us with this story. Brian?
Joe, unlike in California, Disney here in Florida is open, but there have been thousands of layoffs. The tourism numbers are down, and this place really doesn't feel anything like it did pre-pandemic. If you go inside the Disney bubble behind me, it is still beautiful and pristine, but if you go into the towns around Disney, you quickly see that it is a heartbreaking situation. They call this the most magical place on earth. But just a couple of miles outside Walt Disney World are cities like Kissimmee, Florida, where thousands of laid-off theme park, restaurant, and hotel workers are suffering. These motels are full of them.
It's penny pinching all the time, you know, because if we can't afford to come up with $1,000 for the month, then we got to pay even more by the week. So it makes it even more of a struggle.
Pre-pandemic, Daniel Rodriguez was making $200 a day driving Uber. Now he makes less than $50. And his wife Sarah lost her job as a baker near Disney. Now she works at a fast food restaurant.
It's a lot of work for not enough money at all.
Downstairs, we met Santos Justiano, living in this motel room with his wife and kids. His wife lost her job as a restaurant server. He works power washing trucks, but it's not enough to pay rent.
How many of you live in here?
I'm sorry?
How many of you live inside here?
Oh, right now it's me, my wife, my 2 kids, and my newborn that just was born 3 days ago. That's just what it is, you know what I mean? We don't have anywhere else to go, so this is our only choice.
Like most of the others in the motels, they got evicted and ended up here. But we learned things are especially complicated for the Justianos.
She had a C-section and she has COVID right now. What happened was
Your wife has COVID now?
Yes, she does, yeah. So that's why I said, you know, keep the distance. I'm fine, I checked myself, but you know how that could be.
Are you worried about the kids getting COVID?
Yes, we are, but we have no other choice.
I was just adding some water to the peanuts and stuff, and I'm getting ready to put some water in the warmer. Down
the street, we met Alicia Hines working in this gas station after she lost her job at a restaurant when COVID hit. She also lives in a motel.
This is a lot different than your restaurant jobs you've had.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. But, you know, it's okay because I still get people to come in, you know, and they chit-chat and, you know, try to basically, you know, treat them as if I was waitressing.
Does it pay the bills?
Not really. I get paid on Friday, and by Saturday, I'm broke.
Outside the Kissimmee Walmart, there are jobless people sleeping in their cars who can't even afford to stay in the motels. I spoke with one, but she didn't want to go on camera.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Barbie Austria runs nonprofit Kissimmee Point Siena Homeless Outreach. She took us inside her storage units, where she collects furniture and clothes for the people in the motels. She says there are 70% more homeless people in the Orlando area since the pandemic hit.
Right now I'm doing an event at the Travelodge East. They had, as of the last time I checked, they had only one tourist. Everyone there were families. Every room there were occupied by families.
Barbie is frustrated by the shutdowns. Disneyland in California has been shut down since March, which has an impact on Disney World in Orlando.
I think California should reopen to help us here because, you know, if that's what it's reflecting off, the losses there. I'm torn between, you know, safety measures but again, I would always choose helping a family over my safety.
I'm going to turn around because we have to go out here.
Okay, thanks.
We told Barbie about the Justiano family and she followed us back to their motel. After we pulled up, the mom, Stephanie, was taking her newborn out of the car.
She was wondering why you think I told her that you guys brought me to meet her because...
Yeah, well, we interviewed your husband last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to see if she could help you guys out at all.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I had a C-section
Yeah.
and all the other stuff. So I'm just like,
One family of the thousands struggling here. Hopefully they can now get some help.
I'm going to start looking for some place for her ASAP, and hopefully we can get her out of here pretty soon.
And Barbie is hoping that she can get that family out of that motel sometime over the next couple of days. But that's just one family, and there are dozens of motels in this area full of people just like that. Joe.
Brian, I'm gathering from this report, too, that you've just basically scratched the surface on this. I can only imagine the ripple effect the layoffs at Disney are having on that community way beyond just that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was just like a 1 mile stretch of highway that we went to the different motels in that area, and they were all basically full of families like that. But when you have layoffs like that at Disney and so less people coming here for tourism, it literally ripples throughout this entire community.